Hello and welcome back my fellow friends to a new Kerbal Space Program video right from space. And we are actually picking off where we left off last time. And if you guys remember, we've built this small little pretty looking space station in low polar Mimas orbit with the specific goal in mind, having the ability to be a space dock where you can, well, build all sorts of things from space instead of launching them directly from Kerbal. So that's why we have a bunch of parts in those 2-meter wide storage unit tank thingies. So here we are actually using them, and for me personally, using them the first time in a proper way, not just adding or removing 1 or 2 parts at max, but really using it to really build a new spacecraft, something worth keeping him, well, worth building for real. So we've started with a nice small little prep core, which you can see there. Added a couple of solar panels. I tried to attach a fuel tank, and I tried to attach that fuel tank again, but honestly I have no goddamn clue why we couldn't attach a fuel tank, because the idea was to give it a, well, liquid fuel tank. But because we have a lot of xenon tanks and quite a few electric dawn engines, I was like, well, it's a small probe, let's go with a electric propulsion system instead, because, well, I somehow couldn't fit the tank. Maybe because the prep core is too small, maybe because the game decided to be buggy and not do what I wanted to do. So yeah, after that we smacked on a small little electric battery pack, since, well, you do need some electricity with batteries when you're using electric propulsion. Although I'm going to be already a bit spoily here. It's not going to be enough electricity for what I'm trying, or what I will try to do with it. But anyway, that's just a detail you'll see in a minute or two. Small things that I do want to talk about here, apart from the fact that I absolutely adore the new sounds of the electric engines, is that boy oh boy, I really love the space station and I love the new mechanic, being able to build new spacecrafts in space directly without needing the SPH or just needing to go back to the SPH every single time. However, there are a few things that I'm still annoyed about. Once you just saw me just flying off there accidentally, and now I have to fly, grab that thing, pick it up whilst moving in another direction in order to more or less get ourselves back, because you cannot use the RCS where you have selected a part, which kind of is one of the issues. The other one is symmetry. Even though it kind of makes sense that you are not able to use symmetry since you are kind of on EDA, but in certain aspects I think there should be some restricted use of not of the RCS, but rather of the symmetry mode. Anyways, with that being said and done, and yeah, we've more or less completed the construction of the probe. You saw a nice screenshot, but whilst moving back we accidentally, well, crashed a solar panel, and I just checked whether we have some repair kits, and no we don't. So I guess in a future mission we have to bring some repair kits, because, well, one of the most important parts of a space dock or just a space station nowadays, I think, is having some repair kits. Being able to repair antennas and solar panels is definitely a useful aid, and I kind of forgot about that whilst building this space dock. But anyways, that's a detail, and on the other hand I'm actually quite happy since now I have an idea for the next mission, since honestly speaking, it took me a really long time to come up with a new mission. I was thinking about doing something with the space station, but I couldn't really come up with anything useful. And yeah, so once we've kind of left Mimas and went a bit lower, I just wanted to show you this small little section here. This is just Crackerson. Being crackening around, I was there like trying to time warp, but they just decided, nope, you're not going to time warp because, well, you have an intercept with the man on the opposite side of the Mun, well, in terms of the Mun's orbit. But anyways, that's just that. At the end, after burning a bit more than just 1 or 2 seconds, it kind of resolved itself. Anyways, we are now in a nice lone moon orbit, and I was thinking about leaving the probe here, which is putting it back, putting it into a orbit around Cuba maybe, but then, well, let's go to the Mun, let's go to a low man orbit, and I really enjoyed kind of flying by the Mun orbit over the Mun surface at only, well, at this inclination, because that kind of is a cool new vibe, since I usually tend to go into equatorial orbits, and that really looked cool and cinematic. So yeah, that's why we left it in there first of all, and second of all, then I got a bit, yeah, too excited, too confident, I guess. Checked, yes, we have more than one, well, we have a thrust weight ratio of 2.4, so I decided, well, let's try landing on the Mun with an ion engine. And that did not go quite according to plan, because we need more electricity, a lot more electricity than we can generate in a short amount of time, and that led to the one and only conclusion that you can come up with right now. But you'll see that in a second, and I can talk about something else. So, the thing is, like I already touched upon a bit earlier, it took me quite a while to come up with a mission for today. Well, for today's video, for this week's episode. And at the point of recording this audio, it is actually Friday, and the video is going to go live in a couple of hours, so I'm really cutting it short here. So if you have any suggestions for an interesting mission, please drop them down in the comments below, since I'm actually at the moment searching for new ideas. I do have, like I said, one idea coming up, but that's like pretty much it. And with a small explosion, even though that was not ending the life of this small little probe, I hope you will have a nice weekend, and hope to see you guys in the next one. Space Sheep signing out.